It is almost time for summer ballet classes, which seems weird since it snowed yesterday while I was walking my dog, but summer is coming. One of the things I love to do in summer is teach variations. Variations are a great chance to teach ballet history. They're a great chance to focus on individual vocabulary. They are a great chance to work on artistry. And variations help students feel like real ballet dancers. To help you get prepared for your summer, I have thought of some variations that either work really well with the key principles that I try to teach to each level or are really easy to modify for each level. I've tried to keep the variations pretty evenly split between those that are traditionally male and traditionally female. Part of that is because there are more and more boys in the classes as I go out to teach in the summer. I want them to enjoy their summer just as much as the girls. I also think there's a lot of value in teaching men's variations, simplified versions of them, to our girls. I remember the first time that I learned a men's variation and it was like mind-blowing how hard it is. So by including men's variations in this list, I'm hoping that the boys in our classes feel more included and more represented. I'm hoping that the girls in our classes have more respect and appreciation for the work that their male classmates are doing. A ton of these examples are from Sleeping Beauty. Part of that is because Sleeping Beauty has a ton of variations in it, but also I'm helping to set Sleeping Beauty right now. So it's the first thing I think of when I wake up and the last thing I think of when I go to sleep. So sorry, here are some suggestions. The first level, it's the parent and child, kiddo and caregiver, dancing in diapers, whatever, the classes that are designed for parents to be wearing their babies, parents or caregivers, to be wearing their babies in a carrier or like on a hip. I've never taught these. It seems to me that the emphasis is on having a good time and keeping the adult's heart rate up. I would stick to one of the processionals from a classical ballet. So Sleeping Beauty has big processionals. Swan Lake has big fancy entrances. Anytime royalty comes into the room, I'm not entirely certain variations transfer into this particular kind of class though. Those of you that have taught the classes or taken the classes, let me know what you think. The next level is the little pre-ballet dancers. These are like, 2.5, 3 years old up through about 5 or 6. So for these little ones, we're still focusing on gross locomotor skill. We just need to practice moving, and they still need to move pretty quickly. Like little bodies cannot move slowly. So for the pre-ballet kids, I love to teach the songbird variation, the canary fairy from Sleeping Beauty. It's short, it's fast, it's got lots of chances to run 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you freeze on 8, and moving and stopping is really tricky for these cute little ones. And then also like the little fluttery hands. This while they run is not super graceful, but it's so cute. So it's a good challenge for them. There's lots of chances to be a cute little birdie, and it's just 100% adorable to watch. For the ballet foundations kids, so like 6, 7, maybe 8, I would recommend the Prince variation from Sleeping Beauty. Obviously highly, highly, highly simplified, but it's got lots of chances to practice balancing on one leg, which really helps with their stability. It's got some really fun jumps they can do, especially that manège at the end, and it repeats 4 times, and so they get to feel a real sense of mastery. This variation also has opportunities to do a jump and then pause and then turn directions again, which builds a really great sense of control. For the level 1 kids, we're working on stability. We're also really working on port-de-bras. I like to do the mad scene from Giselle with this group. They are very melodramatic. Everybody who hangs out with 9-year-olds knows, like, oh, the drama. The drama is so high. So they dive right in on that whole mad scene. There are so many chances to practice acting. There are so many chances to practice pantomime and port-de-bras. The kids have a really great time with it. For level 2, I like to work on the La Femelle Gardée variation. We're working on stability and specifically alignment in this level. So it's the variation where they curtsy and pick up the right side of the skirt, curtsy, pick up the left side of the skirt, and then they go into the piqués. Those piqués really challenge their stability. They're quick, but there needs to be a pause at the top. They need to get right to where they're going, like earring over toe. Also, it's a character that the kids can identify with really well. Like, here's a girl who'd rather dance around than do her chores. Hi, me too. They're having so much fun playing the character they don't really notice how much work they're accomplishing. For level 3, and yes, this one has to be like super simplified. But for level 3, we're working on aplomb, and the key vocabulary for the year is assemblée. And I like to teach the bluebird, not the bluebird princess, the bluebird, the male variation. It already has assemblées in it, and then a lot of the harder steps, the harder jumps can be replaced with assemblée really quickly, like really easily. It's a natural kind of replacement. So you get tons of chances to practice your assemblée, which is great. And also it's just impressive. Such a cool variation. In level 4, we're working on épaulement. We've built the core strength, we've built the stability, we've built the alignment, we've built the aplomb. Now we're adding the épaulement. And I think Awakening of Flora is a really good one for this. There's so many opportunities to just really play with that. The key principle for level 5 is turnout. Yes, of course, we teach turnout before level 5. I always have to clarify this, but I like to revisit it here. It's the second year in the intermediate division. I like to revisit turnout and really help the students understand it in a deeper way. And honestly, if your emphasis is turnout, any ballet variation will do. I do really like the Queen of the Dryads from Don Quixote, those glissades into the développé à la seconde. Like if you can turn out that second leg on your glissade and then go into your développé, it's a great opportunity to work on controlling that and maintaining and showing off all of that turnout. In level 6, we revisit transfer of weight. Level 6 is a capstone in transfer of weight. That's what I'm gonna start calling it. For that level, the variation I like to do in the summer, I really like to do the Fleur de Lis from La Esmeralda, and I also like to use the Waltz number 11 from Chopiniana. I think those both work on transfer of weight, like big transfer of weight, like move your body in a really cool way. In level 7, we're working on suspension and really improving and refining and increasing the beats and jumps, the batterie. So any male variation will work. I gravitate towards teaching Colas from La Female Gardée because the jumps aren't super crazy. And full disclosure, I do not feel qualified to teach the really intricate male jumps. I bring in male colleagues to do those over the summer to work with gentlemen so that they can still get that education. But I know my limitations, and I know that I can't, I don't feel like I could keep people safe. So Colas still has the beats, still has the suspension, but it's all stuff that I feel like I can teach safely. Plus it's got brise volet, which is just plain hard. And in level 8, with my very most advanced dancers, honestly, I don't teach a lot of these kids over the summer because they've gone to other summer intensives and they're working at bigger schools or schools with a different emphasis, which is awesome. I love that they get those opportunities. If I have the chance to work with level 8 kids over the summer, we work a lot during the year on Grand Sauté Fouetté, one of those steps that really showcases your refinement and your technique, or showcases that you are still in process. So for this level, I like to teach the Pas d'Esclave from Le Corsaire. It's not exactly a sauté fouetté in it because it lands in attitude, it changes a little bit, but there's a lot of steps that build on or modify that concept of Grand Sauté Fouetté. So I think it's a really great one for those level 8 kids. So those are some jumping off points. I hope you take the chance to teach some variations this summer. It's a super fun opportunity for your students. I'm brainstorming lots of ways to keep summer fun. I'm currently working on crafts to help explore artistry for those like preschool type day camps. I'm gonna have a blog post about that on my website pretty soon. I'm planning on putting more summer and artistry ideas into my newsletter, which you can sign up for on my website, geekyballerina.com. In addition to being able to sign up for the newsletter and finding my blog on my website. And I've also started making lesson plan bundles available. If you like to have lesson plans provided for you, I'm starting to roll those out on my website as well. Summer is fast approaching despite the snow. I'm so excited. And I hope you have a really great class.